She thought I was weak. She thought I was the kind of guy who'd just roll over, accept a fiat, and maybe cry into a pint of ice cream. For a while, I almost believed her. My name is Alex, and this is the story of how I went from doormat to mastermind. All because the woman I loved decided I wasn't enough. It started subtly, as these things often do. Sarah and I had been together for 5 years. We built a life, a home, a future, or so I thought. The late nights at work became more frequent. The "I'm just so tired" excuses started piling up whenever I tried to get close. Her phone, once left casually on the coffee table, was now glued to her hand. Screen down, I tried to ignore the red flags. I loved her. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. The truth came crashing down on a Tuesday. I'd planned a surprise for our anniversary, a weekend getaway to the little cabin where I first told her I loved her. I came home early, flowers in hand, only to find her car missing. A quick check on our shared location apps, something we set up for emergencies and had long forgotten about, showed her not at her office, but at a fancy downtown hotel. My heart sank. I knew. I just knew. I drove there, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. I didn't cause a scene. I just watched from my car across the street. And then I saw them. Sarah, laughing, holding hands with him. He was one of our mutual friends. A guy named Mark. A guy I'd had over 4 barbecues. A guy I'd considered a friend. They looked happy. So sickeningly happy. The sight of them disappearing into the hotel lobby burned itself into my brain. I didn't confront them. I just drove home, the flowers wilting on the passenger seat. My world shattered. For the first week, I was a ghost. I played the part of the oblivious, loving boyfriend. I cooked her dinner, asked about her day, and swallowed the lies she fed me. Work was so stressful, she'd say, while I pictured her with him. Every smile she gave me felt like a twist of the knife. She thought I was weak, oblivious, easy to fool. She underestimated me. And that was her biggest mistake, because while I was playing the fool, my mind was racing. Anger is a powerful fuel, and I was burning with it. But I wasn't going to scream or break things. No, my revenge had to be smarter. It had to be poetic. It had to dismantle the life she thought she was so cleverly building behind my back. First, I needed evidence. Hard, undeniable proof. I installed a discreet, voice-activated recorder in her car. It was a risky move, but I had to know the extent of her betrayal. The recordings were worse than I could have imagined. They talked about me. They laughed about me. "He's just so sweet and naive," I heard her say. "He'd never suspect a thing." They planned their future, talking about when she would finally leave me, after she'd secured a promotion she was working on, a promotion I was helping her prepare for every single night. The second part of my plan was financial. We had a joint savings account, money we were saving for a down payment on a house. Our house. Over the next few weeks, I began systematically moving my portion of the funds into a new, separate account under my name only. I did it in small increments, careful not to raise any alarms. I also gathered all the receipts for major purchases I had made for our apartment, the new TV, the sofa, the laptop I'd bought her for her birthday. I was building my case, piece by piece. The third, and most satisfying, part of the plan targeted her professional life. That promotion she was so desperate for. I knew her boss, a stern, no-nonsense woman named Mrs. Davison. Sarah was competing with another colleague for the position. I happened to know that this colleague was incredibly competent, but lacked a bit of confidence in presenting her ideas. So, I reached out anonymously. I sent her an email with a few articles on public speaking and a detailed analysis of the company's quarterly reports, highlighting areas of potential growth that I knew Sarah had overlooked. I gave her competitor the tools to outshine Sarah. The final piece of the puzzle was Mark. I found out through some digging that he had a live-in girlfriend of 3 years, a lovely woman named Chloe, who, I discovered, had absolutely no idea her partner was a two-timing snake. My heart ached for her. She didn't deserve this. The day of reckoning was a Friday. It was the day of Sarah's big presentation for the promotion. It was also the day I had arranged for a small, exclusive audience to witness her downfall. That morning, I was the perfect supportive boyfriend. "You're going to crush it, honey," I said, kissing her goodbye. She smiled, oblivious. "I'll see you tonight to celebrate," she said. Oh, you'll definitely see me, I thought. An hour before her presentation, I sent an email. The recipient list was small but powerful. Mrs. Davison, the entire senior management team, Sarah's parents, my parents, and, of course, Chloe. The subject line was simple. Some things you should know. Attached was a meticulously organized file. It contained transcripts of the most damning car recordings, screenshots of their texts planning their secret getaways, and photos of them together outside the hotel. I wrote a short, calm message explaining that my 5-year relationship with Sarah was ending due to her affair with Mark, and that I felt all involved parties deserved to know the truth. I ended it with a simple, "I wish everyone the best in moving forward." Then I hit send. I drove to her office building and waited. I didn't have to wait long. About 30 minutes later, Sarah came storming out, her face a mask of pure fury and humiliation. She saw my car and ran towards it, screaming my name. I just looked at her, my expression calm, and slowly drove away, leaving her standing on the sidewalk, her perfect world crumbling around her. Later, I heard what happened. Mrs. Davison called her into the office immediately. The promotion was, of course, off the table. In fact, her position at the company was now hanging by a thread. Her parents were mortified. Mine were disgusted but supportive of me. And Chloe, she apparently packed Mark's bags and left them on the front lawn. She later reached out to thank me. We even got coffee once. She's a strong woman. As for me, I moved out that same weekend. I had my new apartment ready to go. I took the furniture I'd paid for, my savings, and my dignity. Sarah tried to call, to text, to send angry, rambling emails. I blocked her on everything. I had nothing left to say. Some might say my revenge was cruel. But what she did was cruel. She tried to break me, to make me feel small and worthless. She didn't expect me to fight back. She thought I was weak. But strength isn't about shouting the loudest. Sometimes it's about the quiet, calculated dismantling of a lie. It's about taking back your power, not with fists, but with facts. I rebuilt my life. It took time, but I did it. I focused on my work, reconnected with real friends, and learned to trust myself again. I learned that my worth isn't determined by someone else's inability to see it. She thought I was weak, but in the end, I was the one who walked away with everything that truly mattered. Myself. And that's a victory no one can ever take away from me. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been in a similar situation, know that you are stronger than you think. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.